Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to all my new subscribers. Today we're going to do a bit of a colouring chat and I'm going to show you how to do a galaxy background. So as you just saw, this week is that week. That's our theme. Well, that's my theme. I don't know what you guys are doing. You can obviously join in or not. But it is, where are we? International Bat Weekend at the weekend. So here's my bat picture. So this is out of Mega Colouring Baby Animals. Super cute. There it is, little cutesy. And I thought we could do a galaxy background for him. So I'm using watercolour pencils to do this. I find it easy to blend the colours using the watercolour pencils, and I don't really have to worry about getting too much water on my paper and all that sort of stuff, because this is double-sided and obviously it's quite cheap. I mean, the paper's pretty good, to be honest, for a kid's book, but obviously it's not going to be incredible. So what we need is a black, a purple, maybe a couple of purples, a dark blue, a bit of a lighter blue, and we want a pink. So those are the colours we're going to be using. I won't be using the black very much, but obviously it is a night sky, so we do want a bit of black in there to give it a bit of darkness. So we're going to do the background first. I don't know if you need to see me colouring a bat, so we'll come to that. Maybe, or maybe not. So all that you do is like a blob of colour somewhere. I'm going to go over these stars because I'm going to Posca them, I think. So just do a blob of colour. I do circles so I don't have any harsh lines. And then pick your next colour along. Okay, and do a bit of that. And then your next colour along, which is going to be the pink. So we're going to have a bit of that next to it. Okay, and then we'll put a bit of the light blue in. I mean, galaxy backgrounds, they look really good, but actually they're painfully easy to do. I was surprised once I'd done my first one. I was like, oh, is that all you do? Because it looks amazing. I'm saying that this will probably come out rubbish because I've only done it 3 or 4 times. But keep going back to your dark colour because that's like your main colour. And then we just keep building it up like this. I have a little bit of black in there. You don't need a lot of black. Bit of dark blue. And then start bringing a bit of colour in again. And you don't want to do like a proper shape, do really random weird shapes. And don't forget these are watercolour pencils, so I'll be activating them and they won't look, won't look the way they do now. They'll look super impressive, like I'm amazing at watercolour or something. Which is what we need, isn't it? Hey Smudgy, you coming to join us? Yeah, that's my pencil. You're on camera, you know, people can see you. Is that good? So you kind of want to do these weird shapes, kind of swirly and strange. You know, because it's space and weird stuff goes on up there. So we just keep layering it up. So this is a really nice background to do, either when you know it's a night sky or if it's just a plain background. This can look really good, you know, just to add a bit of something in there, so it's not just a boring colour. Don't forget to have your colours coming out the other side of your creature, because remember he's in front of this, so I don't want the colour to suddenly end behind him, because that isn't how it would be. You know, does that make sense? Need a bit more black in this. Not dark enough. Get a bit more black in there. So, how is everybody? I hope you're all keeping well, and that you haven't fallen foul of some sort of local lockdown or something like that. We're okay. And what are you guys up to while I'm doing this and colouring off camera? What are you guys colouring? Or are you trying to colour along on a different picture? Because I do doubt that you've got this book. If you have, yay! Definitely tell me that in the comments below. But otherwise, what are you colouring? Are you colouring a bat with me to celebrate all things bats? Because bats are super cute. I know there's a couple of species that are a bit freaky looking, but that's not their fault. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. pleased with it so far, I think. So I had my parents over last night for tea, so that was nice. We had Chinese takeaway, so that was wonderful. You know, as Chinese takeaway is, of course. So that was good. And then we had chocolate tart for dessert. Obviously vegan, with ice cream. I love ice cream. I'm so glad somebody figured out how to make vegan ice cream. That is one clever person. I can cook, but I can't invent recipes. I don't know how people invent a recipe. It's like a superhero skill to me, that is. I don't know how you do it. But I don't understand food, that's the thing. I don't understand flavours. You know, people taste things and go, oh yeah, I can taste the whatever. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Genuinely don't know what you're talking about. I can't. It either tastes alright, or it tastes horrible, and I won't be eating that again. And that's the full extent of my food knowledge. So my dad had just got back off holiday. He'd taken himself off somewhere. I'll be honest, I still can't tell you where he went. I mean, it was amazing. He saw some really amazing natural sights, like waterfalls and cliffs, and things like that. So it was beautiful where he went. Oh, we went near Clitheroe and Skipton and up that way. So he went to, like, North Yorkshire. That's where he went. So yeah, that was good. So that's one of the main reasons why we all met up. Okay, let's add a little bit more darkness on here. And because he's crazy, he bought souvenirs. Don't need to get souvenirs, do you? But he does. Well, we all do when we go away. Super sweet. So there we go. I've got all my colour down. So now I'm going to activate it. So I've just got my watercolour paintbrushes. So rather than having a pot of water and inevitably me knocking it over or the cat's drinking it, these pens, I've got the water barrel there, and then the brush is attached, and you can just squeeze it and get more water out or not. And all you have to do to clean them is just wipe it out on some tissue. So I've got my tissue at the ready. So I think I'm going to go medium. I feel like the large one is just a bit too much. Okay. Oh, just chill out, everyone. So what you want to do is start from your light colour and mix outwards, because if you go from your dark you'll just lose it all. You won't keep any of your light colour. And just start activating. And again, I do this in circles because I want to get it mixed. Oh, there you go. So I finally managed to capture one of Smudgy's meow yawns. Okay, so this is like a supernatural event that the baby Smudge, something she has invented all of her own, all on her own, because she is amazing. So I'll insert a clip of it here. And there you go, you've been able to enjoy the pleasure of Meow Yawn, which is like super cute. But you never know when it's going to happen. It just like sneaks up on you, which is why it's so difficult to capture. But it's super cute. Super cute. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you. You might all think that I'm crazy and that Meow Yawn isn't as cute as we think it is. But we think it's amazing. She makes a lot of amazing sounds. So there you go, that is just one of them. Starting to see how cheap my paper is. See some lines appearing on it. But I don't really care about that. Whatever. And this is going to do the crinkly thing, which apparently is bad. I love the sound of the crinkling. So like when this paper dries, it'll do this crinkly noise, which personally I think is wondrous. I really like it. But other people will sit here and say to you, oh, it's warping a little bit, but I can cope with that. And I'm like, no, that's amazing. That's part of the appeal. Oh dear. I'm obviously coming from a totally different angle. Because the thing with paper is, once it's wet, you can never unwet it. You can dry it, but it will always be affected by that water. So I remember in libraries, if somebody had spilt something on a book, that book is ruined. It's water damaged, and I can spend hours drying it, all you like, but it's never going to be right again. And paperback books, the paper in them is really poor, so the warping's quite bad. Okay, so there he is with his background. If you find that you've got bits like here that I want to kind of mix, we need to wait for it to dry. You can try activating it again, or you can add more layers on, things like that. And we need to add our stars on, so we're just going to wait for it to dry a bit before we do anything else. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So no, I don't want that. Just gonna add a little bit of something to ease up some of these lines a little bit. Okay, but no, this paper isn't enjoying being wet at all, is it? But there we go, so that's that. And then I'm going to get a white gel pen or Posca pen. I'm going to put some random dots on there. So I would normally go darker with my sky, but my bat's going to be dark as well, isn't he? So I don't want to overdo the dark. So I'm just going to go over all these stars with my Posca pen as well. You've got to go steady though, because Posca is a paint, so that damages your paper. Let's remember, I've already painted on this and my paper is already dying, so got to go careful with it. Why I've started in this bottom corner, I don't know. Because you all know I should have started up there. Hey ho. Sometimes I do things properly, sometimes I just do them. I suppose really on a video I should have done them properly. Hey ho, I never said this was a tutorial. This is a sharing of ideas. Okay, we do some of those cross stars. Like that, so you're getting a mix of stars going on. So I posted out the prize for the 250 subscriber giveaway the other day. That was so exciting. I love giveaways, and to be having one of my own was just so exciting. So yeah, congratulations to my winner. So looking forward to my next giveaway, which will be at 500 subscribers. Yay! So yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, so we're going to have to rotate, otherwise I'm going to be leaning in my Posca. I weren't really quiet then, guys. I was proper concentrating. Like tongue out concentrating. So yes. So I'm recording this at the weekend. That's when I do my recording at the moment, because my husband works. So while Mr. B is at work, I can get my recording done without being disturbed, and it isn't eating into our time together. So yeah, so today is Saturday in my world. And Saturday means laundry day. So I'll be spending the entire day doing laundry. I do kind of enjoy doing laundry. It's quite satisfying, I think. Getting it done. And obviously I don't actually do it, I just put it in the machine. If I have to do it by hand, I don't enjoy that. I think I might get my glitter gel pens onto this moon. I don't want it to just disappear completely. Into my background. So I'll do a bit more work on that, I think. But I'm quite pleased with this, looking alright. So yeah, so you might be able to hear my washing machine going in the background. So that's what's going on there, if you're wondering what on earth is that weird noise she's got going on in her house. Need to make some phone calls today, which I'm putting off as much as humanly possible. So part of my anxiety is I have a phobia of using the telephone. I don't know why. I think it's from, I used to work in a vet's and as a technician, and part of my job was on reception, and it was so awful. The customers were so awful. I can't really blame them. You're at a vet, so that's never a good thing, is it? So the customers were horrible, and my managers were nasty. They were nasty bullies. So I would spend my entire time at work terrified. Absolutely terrified. And if I wasn't terrified, I was just sad. That was an awful job, and that was my first full-time job out of university, the beginning of my career in animal care, and it was so horrible, so horrible. I only lasted 9 months, and actually I'm amazed I lasted that long when I look back. Okay, so that's all my Posca done. So we need to add some glitter gel pen, and we need to colour him in. So I'm going to go and get some more supplies, and then I'll come back and we will do that. So see you in a moment. Ta-da! I'm back. So I've got my Pentel Dual Metallics, so we're going to have a go with them, but we better get him done first. So really what I want to use is markers, but I can't because, oh, I love that sound. So instead we'll come back in with the watercolour pencils again, and that'll give me a good colour. So dark brown, black, and whatever this thinks it is. Looks kind of dark grey brown, whatever that is. So we'll go with that. I don't know, do I? If you haven't written the colour on the pencil, then I'm not going to know what it is, am I? So yes, back to my story. So being terrified at the vets all the time. Oh, and I had to make phone calls, like I'd have to ring somebody to tell them that the ashes of their beloved pet were back and you could come and collect them. What would be worse than that? It's an answer machine. Well, I'd have to hang up. I'd have to hang up, and then I would write a message on paper, ring them back and read my message out. That actually worked really well, guys. So if you hate answer machines, here's your tactic. Okay, so when you ring and it's an answer machine, just hang up. It won't record that. Okay, so just hang up. Then carefully compose your message, write it out in full. When you're happy with it, ring back and read your message word for word. exactly as you've written it. And that's then super easy. You don't have to panic that you haven't said anything and go, oh, sorry, this is Catherine. Oh, you'd forgotten to say it because you've written it out all nice and calm. And that works really well. So that's my recommendation on how to cope with an answer machine. So actually answer machines became easier than anything else, because I didn't have to have a conversation with somebody and them ask me a question that I wasn't ready for. So then I managed to build this entire phobia around phones. So supposing they ask me a question, well, you'll answer it, won't you? Supposing I don't know the answer to the question, well, I can always ring them back. But I just ended up doing this. If you've got anxiety, you'll know these words. Catastrophising. Predicting the future. All these, I could apply everything to the telephone. Just became a little bit ridiculous. So I really, really, really struggle using the phone. And yet every job I've ever done, I've had to answer the phone. So I realise that seems a bit ridiculous. But that's what a phobia is, isn't it? It is ridiculous. It's irrational. And that's why it's a phobia. If it was a fear, it would make sense. Excuse me, but it isn't a fear, it's a phobia. I think I have been getting better over lockdown. I think that has helped me actually, which is good. But it's been like 18, 20 years since I worked at the vets, and I'm still broken. From that experience. So yeah. So I need to make some phone calls today. So I need to book Saffron, my orange cat, into the vets. It's time for her yearly checkup and for her to have her jabs. So I need to do that, so that's super important. And there is a time limit on it. If you leave it for too long, she'll need to go through her full thingy of jabs, so we need to get that done. And then the other thing is I really need to have my hair cut. I haven't had my hair cut since February because of lockdown. And I've had this problem before where I had to cancel an appointment and then you have to ring up to make a new one, don't you? Well, that's really hard when you have a phobia of phones. So I would put it off, and I managed to put it off for 9 months one time. So what I normally do to not get myself into this mess is while I am there at my appointment, I book my next appointment. Then I don't have to phone them, do I? So that works really well. But then obviously because of lockdown, my appointment was cancelled, wasn't it? Because, you know, you weren't supposed to leave the house at all. So obviously the hairdressers was shut. So, so now I'm in this situation where I've got to phone them. So, yeah, so I've got 2 phone calls to make today. So, Saffron's veterinary appointment I have put off for about 2 weeks now, because I knew she was due before the reminder came. So in terms of her getting the appointment, it isn't as bad as it sounds. But I do seriously need to get on that. And then my hair appointment. I think hairdressers opened up over a month ago. Oh. Life is just so hard, isn't it? And it really annoys me, this phobia. Really annoys me. Because some other people have got phobias, and you can like say, well, I don't even know if that should be classed as a phobia. So, Mr. B is not good with heights. But to be fair, if you fell from a height, you could die. So that's only just a phobia, isn't it? I mean, really, that's your brain looking after you, isn't it? Same as people being scared of spiders. Well, actually, in the natural world, not in England, but you know, in the natural world, some spiders can kill you. So again, that isn't that irrational, really. Snakes. Some snakes can kill you. I don't know if I can truly describe that as a phobia. I think that's just your primitive brain kicking in, you know, where logic can't get through. So, like, there's no reason for somebody in England, really, to be frightened of spiders. The spider, unless if you've got some weird allergy, spiders are not going to harm you in this country. So that's what makes it a phobia, I think. I think if I lived in Australia, I would say that is not a phobia. That is common sense. Okay, so there's my little bat dude. So he looks mega cute. So let's get some detail onto this moon so that it's a little less disappearing. Oh, my washing machine has gone quiet. I think that means it might be done. How does that look? Better. And then I do like to put some detail on my moon. Because the moon has craters, so I do like to put a bit of something on there. Okay, look at that sparkle, beautiful. And then we can add some more stars on. I think that might do me. Yes. Okay, because you can keep messing forever and a day, can't you? So there he is, my bat with my galaxy background. So you can go darker than that. I feel like this bit is a bit too light, but I think I'll kill my paper if I put any more on. So yeah, there he is, all finished. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it of some use. If you did, then please do give it a thumbs up. There we go. Can't beat a bit of Posca in the eyes. Look at his eyes now. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and then you'll know when I upload some new content on there. And I will see you in the next video, everyone. Take care. Bye.